Hi, this is Paul with PJM Incorporated, author of the book, The Business of Home Inspection. Today, I just want to talk briefly about going one step further during your inspection process. I want to be specific on this one, guys. I want to go specific and to the point of what happens after your buyer reads your report and moves into the house. So, using the electrical system as an example, let's say you found evidence of a previous overheating condition at the main electrical panel. So, when you were removing the dead front cover, you took it off and you're looking at the electrical components and you see at the bus bar there's obvious evidence of a previous heating condition or overheating condition. So what you do is you do an infrared scan just to see what the temperature in the panel is, and you don't see any real concern after you do your scan. But the evidence is there. So you put it in your home inspection report. Well, now the buyers have it in there and they move forward with the transaction. They purchase the home, they move in. Now, if you don't have a conversation with them about the evidence of previous overheating, then what may happen is they may not get that addressed. It's important to get that addressed because many Florida inspectors know that today in our environment, a lot of insurance carriers are leaving the state. So people are changing insurance companies quite frequently. And when they do that, most of the insurance companies are requesting that a 4-point insurance inspection report be done. So if you don't take the time to coach your buyers on how important it is to get the evidence of the previous overheating after it's been cleared by a licensed electrician, to get that serviced or removed so that it's no longer visible, then what will end up happening is an inspector is going to go in there to do a 4-point report. They're going to open up that dead front cover and they're going to see that same evidence that you saw. And you don't have the luxury during that type of inspection of recommending an electrician evaluate it before that report goes to the insurance company. Unfortunately, that evidence in that panel is going to be visible in the required photos that the insurance carrier requests be accompanied with the report. They're going to see it anyway. So no matter what commentary you put in the 4-point report, no matter what you say about it, it may cause them a problem in obtaining a homeowner's policy because there's evidence of previous overheating. So if you're doing a pre-purchase home inspection and you're going to put in your inspection report because you've discovered this evidence that an electrician should evaluate the previous overheating condition to clear the panel, well, expand on that both in your report and then verbally in your dialogue with your customer. Add the additional couple sentences or paragraph that states that we would recommend obtaining in writing from your licensed electrician that this issue is no longer a problem or has been resolved, and retaining that documentation for any future questions. By doing that, you now have them putting that documentation in a folder and keeping it. Now, let's say the electrician doesn't clean it up and the evidence is still there. Well, they may be able to use that documentation to present to the insurance carrier that condition has been evaluated and been cleared by a licensed electrician. So now let's go one step further. Let's say they listen to your advice and they tell the electrician, we not only want documentation saying this has been addressed, but we also would like you to clean up the panel, or if you have to, replace the components that are showing visible signs of previous overheating. And let's say the electrician does that. So now the homeowner has the evidence removed and the actual receipt from the licensed electrician. The home inspector that comes to do the 4-point report opens up the panel, snaps his pictures, inspects the panel, closes the panel. There's no issue. Do you see how, if you don't go that extra step, that consumer buys the home, and because the electrician, if they followed your advice, says there's no problem here, I would just leave it alone. Now that's fine. They're fine. But future inspections, you might have a question mark. It's so important to look ahead, to have vision, look down the long road. Like someone once told me recently to let the tape play out. Now that's an old saying, but let the tape play out means when you see that defect during an inspection, try to look long view. What is it a problem now? What do I need to do right now to help this potential buyer? If they purchase the house and they have the electrician look at it, what needs to happen for future inspections for this to not be a question mark for this particular homeowner. So I know it might sound a little crazy to think this way, but believe me when I tell you, it's going to benefit your customer in the long run. And it's interesting, our business revolves so much around our reputation, our credibility, and referrals. It's something as simple as what I'm conveying in this audio clip, like that can be the subject of a conversation, maybe at a 4th of July party where some homeowner says, I had an inspector come out when I bought the home, and we have had no problems since. They were thorough, they were concise, they were honest, their report was professional, but they took the time to talk to me after the inspection, and I was really happy with them. Now let's reverse that. Let's reverse that as my inspector was thorough, my inspector did a good job, but I wish he would have told me about that evidence in the panel and how important it would have been to have that removed, because I just had an insurance inspection done and now I can't get homeowners until I get this resolved. So you go from doing a good job and it only takes one negative experience. I wish my inspector would have told me. And a lot of contractors have no problem saying, didn't your inspector tell you this? They're so quick to throw us under the bus in those circumstances. So as a professional home inspector, I would say to you, the best thing that you can do is let the tape play all the way through. Let the tape play out in your brain as you see a defect. If you do that, and then you follow through with excellent customer service, it's going to benefit you in the long run. You're going to get a lot more referral business. And not only that, your credibility would be ironclad. I mean, no matter who it is that looks at your work or talks about you as a home inspector is likely to not have too many negative things to say. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do your job to the best of your ability and you let the tape play out, so to speak, at the end of the day, you've done everything you can for that particular customer, and that's what fuels business. And if you ask any of the guys that have been in business the longest, one of the most important aspects of anything with the home inspection business is your communication and customer service. And just how hard are you willing to work for those people that are paying you for that inspection? If you get a chance, check out my book, The Business of Home Inspection. It is available at Inspector Outlet, which is the Internachi store. It's endorsed by Nick Gromyko. I'm real proud of that. It's not a masterpiece by any means, and I'm certainly not an author, but I conveyed a lot of the things that I found contributed to our success as a company here in Central Florida, and I put them in this book. So if you're new and you're looking for direction, or you're looking to figure out some things maybe sooner than other guys might take 5 years to figure out, this is a good book for you. This is Paul with PJM Incorporated, author of The Business of Home Inspection. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.